Hello friends, welcome to a new video. Brianna here, giving you a brand new bookshelf tour. Yay!
The thing about stars is they're better than the rest of us. The thing about stars is they're better than the rest of us.
I'm so excited. I've been wanting to get these shelves that are behind me right now in this room. This is my reading room where I spend a lot of my time. And I've been meaning to get shelves here on this back wall for forever. Since I first moved into this house with my boyfriend, I've been planning shelves on these walls. And they're finally here and they're done, and I'm so happy with how they turned out. So I'm going to give you guys a tour of just what's on the shelf. I will say, if you saw my old bookshelf tour from back when we first started this channel, it was one of the first videos I did, I think. And that was for my bookshelf that was out in our main living room. That's like a 4x4 IKEA shelf, and there's still some books on that shelf that I didn't bring into this room because they wouldn't all fit out here. Mostly it was things that I had double copies of, or that were just books I didn't like as much, so I didn't really care to display them on my new shelves. And then all of the empty cubes on that shelf my boyfriend filled in with his Legos, so it's got a little bit of me and a little bit of him on it, which is nice. But if you saw that bookshelf tour back then, the majority of these books are the same books. Bought a lot of new books this year, probably close to 40-50 books this year, which is a lot for me to buy in one year. Not a lot for some people. Some people buy that amount in one haul. But I'm broke, so far this year that's about how much I've bought. So there is a bunch of new books on this shelf. If you like watching bookshelf tours, you think they're fun, then welcome to this video. I'm really excited about these shelves. I love them a lot. My poor boyfriend suffered so much to get them on my wall. It was a struggle, but he did it and they look amazing and I'm so happy with them. So it's not going to be a super in-depth tour. I'm not going to pull out every single book or anything. I'm just going to go through and give you a close look at what's on the shelves. Keep it nice and simple, okay? So without further ado, welcome to my bookshelf. Yeah! So here is a wide shot of the bookshelves. I have 17 cubes going around, and then this little middle section here and here there's no cubes, and I liked that, having a spot where I could put a long row of books. And then I eventually think I'm going to have books going across the top as well, but this is it for now. Let's go take a closer look, shall we? Starting here, this first cube is one of my Harry Potter shelves. It's just got the illustrated edition of Sorcerer's Stone in it with this cute little print of Luna, which, there we go. Casey actually, I think, got this for me, and the artist is Casey Robin. I will link her Etsy down below, because there's some magnetic bookmarks that I just have sitting here. Oh, and in here you can't really see it, but there's a Save Ginny patch from Harry and the Potters. Oh yeah. Of the Phoenix pin. So yeah, this is just one of my Harry Potter shelves. Over here we have the main Harry Potter shelf, which is my whole set that has the cute backs on it, and my special Gryffindor edition of Sorcerer's Stone. Really see it. There you go. I have this sticker, this Tax the Malfoy sticker by the Wizard Rock Band Tonks and the Oars. I have this cute little Fairweather Friend by Lauren Fairweather. She makes a bunch of cute little plushies, and they're adorable. So I will link all of this stuff down below in the description box, obviously. There's my little Gryffindor pin there. This is my Luna wand, and then these are just little magnetic bookmarks as well, and a little Lego Dobby. Yeah, and then if we go over here, we have the Lord of the Rings shelf. Yes, these are the extended cut DVDs, and yes, they're on my bookshelf because I think they're really pretty. I like them. Yeah. And then I have this right here, which I haven't actually read this yet, but I just love the cover, so I put it out here on the front. And if you go behind here, there's some other stuff. Most of my Lord of the Rings copies are all pretty worn out and stuff, so I need to get some nice new copies before I do a new reread, which I really kind of want to do a reread. I love Lord of the Rings so much, and it's been a while. This Gandalf for President pin I think Casey gave me. She also gave me this magnetic ring bookmark. And then I have this little ring pin down here that my boyfriend got me, and this little Tree of Gondor decal, which I just kind of threw up here because I haven't put it on anything yet. So that's the Lord of the Rings shelf. If you go here, we've got one of the 3 Sanderson shelves. I decided to display my hardback Stormlights without the Just Jackets because I just think they're so bright and pretty. I think they look really, really nice. And obviously this empty spot here is where Rhythm of War is going to go, but right now I have Edge Dancer kind of sticking out to kind of fill in the gap. Arcanum is back here as well. You can see that I'm currently reading Oathbringer as we speak. And this is my little Words Matter pin that I think came from my friend Olivia. I decided to put it on Way of Kings because, you know, makes sense. Oh, and this is a little turtle I got from Florida. I got one for like a couple of my friends, so we all have these cute little turtles. He's got a hat. We go this way. We've got my Inheritance Cycle shelf. Here's a picture of 3 of my cats that's just sitting there, because why not? Oh, also this little picture here. Oh, you can't see it very well. Hang on, let me pull it out. This is a little thing. I think this is a little squid that my friend Shannon painted for me back when I was having a bad time because my basement flooded. And I like to keep it on the bookshelf because it's cute, so it goes in there. This is the special like Barnes & Noble collector's edition of Aragon that came out a couple years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago. And so I like to display it on the front because it's really pretty. But behind here we've got a mishmash. I don't know why I have 2 copies of The Fork, the Witch, and the Worm, but you know, I do, so there's that. And yeah, so this goes in the front. I love the Inheritance Cycle. It's one of my faves. I need to reread it soon. If we go over here, we have the Victoria Schwab shelf. We've got the Tunnel of Bones, City of Ghosts. The Savage Song and Our Dark Duet is the only thing on the shelf I haven't read yet. It's also the only set that's like a matching set, because this is like paperback and hardback, paperback and hardback, paperbacks and hardback, which kind of annoys me a little bit. I would like to have like nice matching sets here, but you know, whatever, it's fine. So that's the Schwab shelf. And if we go over here, then we have another Harry Potter shelf, which is just the illustrated version of Chamber of Secrets. I've got this little LeakyCon ornament here. If you don't know, LeakyCon is a Harry Potter convention that I go to every year, except this year. I only listen to Wizard Rock sticker, which I have on this bookshelf twice, and I don't know why I have 2 of those stickers, you know, that's fine. Some more little magnetic bookmarks and a little Gryffindor decal I have yet to put on anything. Oh, and my little cute Charlie Weasley pin, which is from the Wizard Rock band to Tonks and the Oars. I do think at some point I will probably open up these shelves to actually like put stacks of books in them when I need the space, but I liked having the symmetry of having like one of each illustrated edition on each side because I only have those 2, so I think it looks nice. We're gonna go down here. This is kind of just like a little mishmash shelf. We've got Name of the Wind and A Wise Man's Fear and some Neil Gaiman stuff and some random stuff that I got from like a used bookstore for like 25 cents that I've never read. A romance book that Casey gave me. And over here some Jane Yolen books that I've yet to read, and this is like a little short story collection I also haven't read yet. And this is a fake flower in a cute little vase that I thought was pretty, so it's not like my prettiest shelf. This is kind of just like the extras, you know. I haven't read anything on this shelf actually. This is an unread shelf, so there's that. If we go over here, we've got, zoom out, this is one of the big spaces. I really like this shelf. I've got all of my Wheel of Time here. I don't have book 14 yet because we've only read up to 12. We're only this far in the series. I haven't read this one yet. And we just buy them as we go. So I don't have book 14. So when I do get book number 14, I'll probably have to like stand these up instead of having them lay flat. But right now it fills in the space nicely. Also, this sword was a gift from my brother. It's pretty cool. Hang on. This is what this sword looks like. It's pretty cool. It's just more like a big dagger. It's not quite like a sword. It's pretty little, but I think it's really, really nice. I think when my brother got it for me, he was like so disappointed because he thought it was like a big fancy sword. And then it came and it was really small, but I really like it, and I like that I can display it on my bookshelf. It looks really nice there. And there's another I Only Listen to Wizard Rock sticker. If you don't know about Wizard Rock, it's just music about Harry Potter, because that's the kind of person I am. Obviously here I have my paperback versions of the Stormlight Archive thus far, and this little cute dragon friend that I think my friend Alex gave this to me. I have an obsession with dragons and he's really cute, so I like to have him on the bookshelf. So that's that shelf. We go here, we have another Sanderson shelf. This has all of my Mistborns, going the paperbacks of Era 1 and the hardbacks of Era 2. Then we've got the UK editions of Warbreaker and Words of Radiance Part 1 and 2. And then behind here we've got the anniversary edition of Elantris. Emperor's Soul and White Sand Volume 1. And this little card I think Casey got for me at a Sanderson signing a long time ago, like before I'd ever been to one. Yeah, so this is just another Sanderson shelf. I have other copies of Cosmere books that are on the shelf out in the living room where most of these books came from that I couldn't fit on here, so I do have more copies of the Sanderson books because I'm crazy, but yeah. Then if we go over here, we have the other big open shelf. This one doesn't really have any kind of theme to it. It's just what would fit here with another sword. I originally was trying to do all hardbacks in here because I thought it would look nice, but then I didn't because it didn't work out. So over here I've got the Great Library book 1 and 2. I've only read book 1. The Timekeeper series, I've only read book 1. Then we've got the Lunar Chronicles here, which I've read all of. I love the Lunar Chronicles series. We've got the 100, oh, these are backwards. Oh, okay, I fixed it. So we got the 100 and the 100 Day 21, which is book 1 and 2. I don't even know if there's more books in this series. The 100 is a show on the CW that is my favorite show, and it's almost over. Wow. I've not read them, and actually I was meaning to because I just kind of wanted to see how the actual story goes in the books, but now like I love the show so much I don't actually know if I'm ever gonna read these, so I might get rid of them at some point. I think this is the second book in this series, and I still don't have the first one, so I've not read it yet. Obviously this is a Hank Green's book, An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, which I really liked, and I need to get the sequel soon. Crown of Feathers and Heart of Flames. I read this a couple months ago and I loved it, and I immediately bought the sequel, and then I still haven't read it yet, so you know, I'm really good at stuff this year. We've got Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares. I still haven't read Muse of Nightmares yet because again I suck, but I really loved Strange the Dreamer, like a lot. And we have the Six of Crows Crooked Kingdom duology, which is one of my faves. I love it so much. Then we have another sword dagger thing here, which I'm a big fan of. If you don't know me well, I really like sharp and pointy things. Hang on, we'll just slide it out here. It's got these cool like ridges on it, and it's pretty sharp, so I like it a lot. And it's got like a phoenix here, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I like it a lot. So one thing I don't like about this shelf is that like I have a plug-in behind these books right here that like takes up a lot of space because there's stuff plugged into it, and so like the books had to come forward really far and it looks kind of weird, but that's fine. I got another little fake flower vase thing up here because I like that. And then we go over here. We've got a little mosh pile of stuff. We've got the Rebel of the Sand series right here. I've only read book 1 thus far. Spellbook of the Lost and Found. I bought that this year and I haven't read it yet. Will Grayson from John Green and David Levithan. Catching Fire and Mockingjay, I still don't know why I don't have a copy of The Hunger Games. I think I lent it to my sister and then I moved and forgot about it. So Looking for Alaska, another John Green book. Heartless by Marissa Meyer. It's just like a little random pile of stuff. This is a T-Rex like salt shaker that I think my friend Casey and Alex sent to me in like a weird package of stuff that was just like silly to try to cheer me up once upon a time, and I don't use it as a salt shaker because they only sent me one. It's not even a matching set. Like, come on guys. So he sits on the bookshelf. He guards the books. He's pretty cool. He has a bow tie. I like him. Then if we go down here, I tried to make this little section here of like YA books a little tiny kind of rainbow. So I don't have enough books to do that throughout the whole shelf, but I love rainbow shelves so much. So I wanted to try to do like a small section of rainbow shelves, but see, like I also don't like separating series. I like to keep series together, and I like how I have like, you know, like my Harry Potter shelf, my Lord of the Rings shelf, and Sanderson and Aragon and Schwab. Like I like how that's all organized. But these are just like a bunch of YA books, most of which I have not read, so I did a little rainbow thing here with them, which I think is kind of cute, but in the grand scheme of the shelf, I don't actually know if it looks good. But to take a closer look here, we've got Graceling, which I've read, and I remember really liking it, but I don't know if there was more in the series. I never read past this book, so I don't know. Hunted, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I haven't read yet, but I've heard it was really good. Delirium, I remember like reading the synopsis of these books like a million years ago and was like, this sounds cool, but then I saw a lot of people didn't like it, so I've never read it, but I still own it. I got Red Queen, Girls Made of Snow and Glass. Warcross I have read. I read that earlier this year, and I wasn't like a huge fan of it. Like, it was alright, but it wasn't my favorite thing ever. Letting Go of Gravity, Slay. Everything Leads to You, which I actually read a couple years ago, like 3 years ago, and I really liked this book. I thought it was super, super cute. It's gay. It's fun. So yeah, I really liked this one. I've not read Red, White, and Royal Blue yet, but you know, everyone loves this book, and I meant to read it back in June, and I did not. Queens of Geek, I've also really liked this one. It's also pretty cute and gay. So there's that. It's a nice, fun read. We go over here to the next rainbow shelf, and we've got Furthermore. I haven't read this yet, but it sounded really fun. We've got The Song of Achilles, which I loved. I loved The Song of Achilles. It just gave me like all of the feelings in the whole wide world, right? You guys know. If you read it, you know. Okay, so then we've got Love Scene Take 2. I have not read this yet. I bought it earlier this year. Same with The Blade So Black. I mean to get through this soon because it sounds great and everybody loves it. Paper Towns, which I think might be one of my favorite John Green books. Rain the Earth, I also bought this earlier this year. Anne and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door. I've read both of these and I didn't love them, which is why I never cared to buy the third one, but I still have them. I've got The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider, which was really cute. Song Below Water, I haven't read yet, but I'm so excited about it. Like, there's so many books I bought this year that I meant to like immediately read upon buying, and then I didn't because, you know, the world ended. Fangirl, which is an alright story. It's pretty cute. We'll go over here to the blue shelf. Okay, so we got A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, which I bought earlier this year as well, and I still haven't read it yet, but Casey loves this one, and so does a lot of people, so I hope to read it soon. The Fault in Our Stars, Let It Snow. Sound of Stars I'm actually in the middle of reading right now. Somebody sent this to me off my wish list, which was super, super nice, and I still, every time I think about it, it just makes my heart so happy. And if you can see, yeah, you can kind of see where I'm at right there. So I'm not quite halfway into it, but I put it on pause while I'm doing my, I put it on pause while I'm doing my Stormlight reread. So I'm going to get back to it once I'm done with that, because I don't like to be like just sitting in the middle of a book unfinished. So I will finish this in the near future, hopefully. Chaos of Standing Still, Radio Silence, Starfish, Invisible Ghosts, Wicked Like a Wildfire. These are all books that I bought this year, and I haven't read any of them yet. I think the one I'm most excited to read is probably Radio Silence, because everybody loves that one. Everybody goes on and on about how great this book is, and apparently the lead is demisexual, which so am I, so I'm excited to read that. This is a book my brother wrote, which is on Amazon, but I think he's gone back to doing more edits on it, and I think he's taken it off Amazon. I'm not entirely sure. Every goddamn time! Last Sanderson shelf. This is the non-Cosmere Sanderson shelf. We've got our cute little Doomslug here inside of Skyward. Oh, we've got the Rhythmatist and Firefight and Calamity. I have Steelheart, but it's on my shelf out in the living room because it's the paperback and it didn't fit in here with all these hardbacks. It just looked stupid. So I think I'm going to try to get a hardback copy of Steelheart at some point just to have it match. But I do have Steelheart. It's just not on the shelf. Obviously Starsight is here, and then if you go behind Skyward, I have the first 2 books in the Alcatraz series. I haven't read them yet. It's one of the few things of Sanderson's I haven't read, but I'll get to it eventually because it'll be like a fun, quick read, and I'm really excited to read it. If we go over here, this is my little sci-fi dedicated shelf here. I just now realized these are also not in the right order. Okay, I fixed it. So here we have The Martian. I actually really, really loved this book, and I also loved the movie. It was so much fun. I wasn't sure if I would like it back when I read it because sometimes sci-fi and like just science-y stuff goes over my head because I'm not very bright. But it was so much fun. It had really great humor. It was really good. Red Shirts was really fun as well. It's hilarious. I have not read this Ahsoka book yet, but I want to. I'm like 200 pages into Leviathan Wakes, but I read those 200 pages a couple years ago, so I plan to start this back from the beginning when I get back into the series, but everybody loves the series, and me and my boyfriend watched the show together recently, and it was amazing, so I definitely want to read the series of books. Obviously here we have Illumini, Gemina, and Obsidio, which is just one of my favorites, and I think they just look so nice together. And there's an empty spot here, which I'm saving for To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. I've pre-ordered it. It comes out on September 15th, so I'll have it soon, and it's going to sit right here. It's going to be beautiful. So that's why there's an empty spot that's not filled with anything. But yeah, if we go down here, there's another sword because I'm that person, and a little Star Wars like candy dispenser because I'm that person. For some reason I have books 1 and books 4 of Percy Jackson. I don't know why. I've read the entire Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus series, but when I read them the first time I was reading my brother's copies. I'd borrowed them from him, and then I think that these two I got at like a used bookstore or something. So I don't have my own set of the books yet, but I plan to get them soon. Obviously down here we have the Raven Boys cycle, whatever it's called, which I loved the Raven Boys series. It was really good. Over here we have the Shadow and Bone trilogy, which I liked it, but it wasn't like my all-time favorite. I do kind of want to reread this series before the show comes out, since the show's going to cover like this and Six of Crows like simultaneously. I feel like it would be good to update my memory on this series, so maybe I'll reread that in the near future, hopefully. And then here's another one of these swords of mine. It has like this like blue gem in the pommel, and it's cool. It's got like this little angel here and like these little scaly bits. Take it out. It's got like little, it's hard to see it. It's pretty cool. So I like it. It's a fun one. So that is that shelf there. Then if we move over here to the last shelf, we have all of my Mortal Instruments books. I don't have the entire series. I don't have any of the other series. I eventually plan to read them because people like those ones way more than the Mortal Instruments, but it'll probably be a while before I get to them. I have World War Z here, which I have not read. The Last Name Sarah I have not read, but I love the cover of it, also in the reader. They just have really nice covers. They're really pretty, so I want to read these soon. I've heard really good things about this as well. And then here I have the Hazelwood, which I read recently, and I kind of liked it. It wasn't bad, but it didn't grab me as much as I think it was supposed to. So yeah, there's that. So that is the entire bookshelf. We will zoom back out a little bit so you can kind of get a better view of things. Yeah, like up here. Yeah, I liked doing my Sanderson shelves going down the middle here, just because Sanderson's everything to me, and then doing like the series that I really love that are important to me: Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Aragon, Schwab, all of that on the top. And then obviously I thought my Wheel of Time looked really nice there because I could put all of them together. And I have swords everywhere because that's who I am as a person. Yes. Like I said, I think that I will eventually have to like condense down the corner shelves here to put stacks of books in them. But for now I like the symmetry of having just the 2 books there. And on the top of my shelf here I have another sword, because I'm a crazy person. This is like a little glow-in-the-dark dragon thing that my friend Alex got me. This is a little dragon water fountain thing my mom got me, but it doesn't work anymore. It's like little lights in it, but it doesn't work, so it just sits here. A candle that smells nice, because who doesn't love a good candle? Here I have a Himalayan salt lamp that changes colors. It's kind of cute. And another little like dragon snow globe thing that my friend Alex gave me as well. It's like a weird little wizard guy in it. And then this cute little like dish thing that I keep all my rings in. The wide, oh, and there's another like a wooden sword. I have 2 of those. So there's swords all over the place in this room. I'm crazy. Right? So there's the full shelves, everybody. Yeah. And there you have it. That was my new shelf tour. This is probably where I'm going to be doing a lot of my videos now, is in front of these shelves. And I'm just excited to have books behind me again. The main reason I didn't film in front of our old bookshelf that's out in the living room is because my boyfriend works from home and he works nights, which is usually when I film, is like in the middle of the night, because that's who I am as a person. And he works on his computer like in that living room, and so me filming at the same time when he's working is just, it doesn't work out very well. And also the lighting over there is terrible, and like this, it's behind the couch, so the space to sit in front of the bookshelves is very small. So I got a lot more space here, and it's just, it works really well. So this will be the new background for my videos, and I'm really excited about it. So yay! I did want to say that at some point in the near future I might give you guys like a little tour of just this room in general. I mean, there's not a lot in this room aside from the bookshelves. my reading chair, my desk, you know, my whiteboard where I plan my writing, but I think it might be fun. So if you guys would be interested in having just like a little closer tour of the actual space, the whole space, and seeing like my entire aesthetic in this room, I've got to hang a few more art prints that aren't on the walls yet, but once that's done, I think that might be a fun video to show you guys around like the whole room. It's a small room, but it gives you a wide look at my like aesthetic vibes and stuff. So if you'd be interested in that, just let me know. And then I might do that in the near future. Maybe. We'll see. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time. Life before death, Radiance. I'm so tired. Okay. And that's a wrap. Okay, turn it off, Brie. Turn it off.